In this module, we are going to learn about the next two types of growth promoters, namely gibberellins and cytokinins. What are these gibberellins? They are acidic growth regulators. And let's learn about its discovery. E. Korozova, they treated the sterile filtrate of Gibberella fugicori. Gibberella fugicori is a fungi which causes the Bacane disease of foolish seedling in rice. Okay, and when this the scientist called as E. Korozova, he treated the sterile filtrate of this particular fungi which causes Bacane disease. Sterile filtrate means a culture which is free of contamination of unwanted bacteria or fungi or virus. So when such a sterile filtrate of Gibberella fugicori was treated to healthy rice seedlings, it showed that the healthy plant also showed the symptoms of Bacane disease. And later, the active substance was identified as gibberellic acid. Okay, so thus the gibberellic acid, the growth promoter, was discovered. There are more than 100 gibberellins, that is, they are denoted as GA1, GA2, GA3 in fungi and higher plants. And gibberellic acid, that is GA3, or it is called as terpenes, is one of the first discovered and most intensively studied gibberellins. So what are the functions of gibberellins? They cause increase in length of the axis. So it increases the length of the stems. So they are used to increase the length of grape stalks, to elongate and improve the shape of fruits such as apple. Okay, the particular shape of apple is given with the help of gibberellins. They delay senescence, that is natural aging of the plants is delayed by gibberellins. So the fruits can be left on the tree to extend the market period. It does not get rotten very fast because it is preventing senescence. So the fruits can stay on the trees for a longer period, and if these plants are treated with gibberellins, it will increase their market period. GA3 is used to speed up malting process in brewing industry. Brewing industry, we know it is those industries which is helping in the functions in the production of alcohol. So brewing is done by malting of cereals, that is germination of cereals. And thus GA3 is used to speed up the malting, that is germination of cereals in the brewing industry. Other functions are that the sugarcane stores sugar in stems. We know eating sugarcane, we eat the stem part, that is the internodal part. And spraying sugarcane crop with gibberellins increases the length of the stem. Okay, when the length of the stem is increased, what happens? Its yield is also getting increased. We know what is a yielding part of the sugarcane. It is a stem part. So when the stem or the length of the stem is increased, the yield of sugarcane is also increasing. When the conifers are applied with the gibberellic acid at a juvenile stage, that is at the pre-reproductive stage, it helps in early seed formation. And it is also helping in bolting. Bolting means internodal elongation just prior to flowering. Before flowering, the internodes, that is region between two consecutive nodes, is called as the internode. So internodal elongation just prior to flowering is in beet, cabbages and many other plants with rosette habit. So bolting is done so that the internode does not elongate further, and this is seen in rosette plants. If you have seen a cabbage, we can see they are arranged in a rosette form. It is because of this bolting which is done by gibberellins. Let us learn about cytokinin, which is the third regulator. F. Cook and co-workers, they observed that from internodal segments of tobacco stems, the callus, that is a mass of undifferentiated cell, is called as a callus. So from the internodal cells of the tobacco stem, the callus, proliferated. That means it divided to form a mass of cells only if the nutrient medium was supplemented with the extracts of vascular tissues, yeast, extract, coconut milk or DNA. Only if the nutrient medium was provided with these nutrients, it could bring about a proliferation of cells to form a callus. And Skoog and Miller, they later identified and crystallized this active substance which helped in differentiation, and they termed it as kinetin. Cytokinins were discovered as kinetin in autoclaved herring sperm DNA. Herring means it is a fish, And the sperm DNA is called as the herring sperm DNA, and from this herring sperm DNA the cytokinin were discovered. And kinetics does not occur naturally in plants. So zeatin, that is from corn kernels and coconut milk, is the natural substance with cytokine-like activity. So in plants, kinetin is not seen naturally, whereas zeatin is seen. And there are some synthetic compounds with cell division promoting activity. So it is promoting cell division in plants. So natural cytokinins are synthesized in regions of rapid cell division. So where there is rapid cell division, in those regions we can see this natural cytokinins, like regions of root apices, shoot buds, young fruits, etc. are the regions where cytokinins can be isolated. Functions, they play a very important role in cytokinesis. Just now I told you it promotes cell division. So cytokinesis means it is the division of the cytoplasm. So it is playing a very important role in the cytokinesis part of cell division. They help to produce new leaves, chloroplast in leaves, lateral shoot growth, and adventitious shoot formation. They help overcome the apical dominance so that the lateral buds can gain growth when the apical bud is removed. They promote a nutrient mobilization, which helps in delay of the leaf senescence, so that the leaf senescence does not occur, so that it does not get detached from the plant. They promote the nutrient mobilization. What is nutrient mobilization? The useful nutrients from the leaves are mobilized to other parts. That's called as nutrient mobilization. So dear children, in this module we learned about two types of growth promoters, namely gibberellins and cytokinins. Thank you.